Hi guys, this is Miss Allday. Welcome to Algebra 2 General Child's High School online remote learning. This is still part 1 of 6-6 function operations. So after you finish this part, I'll give you a homework assignment to do. All right, so let's get started. Find each of the following and their domains given. So the first problem says that we're going to start with g of x. So it says that g of x, and we're going to subtract f of x from it. So g of x is 2x plus 1 minus the f of x. We have to put the whole thing in parentheses when we write it. X squared minus 6x plus 5. Because remember, when you subtract, you always have to put the second function in parentheses so that you can distribute that negative. So we're going to distribute that negative now. So 2x plus 1 minus x squared. Negative times negative makes that a plus 6x. Negative times positive makes that a minus 5. Now we're going to combine like terms. So negative x squared, 2x and 6x make 8x. And then 1 minus 5 is negative 4. All right, so that's your answer to this problem. And now we're going to describe what the domain is going to be. Your domain is going to be all real numbers because this was a subtraction problem. All right, let's go to the next one, B. Let me erase my markings up here first. All right, B. We are going to double f of x. So 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 5 plus, and then we're going to multiply 3 times the g of x. So 3 times 2x plus 1. All right, so now we're going to distribute. 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times negative 6x is negative 12x. And 2 times 5 is 10. Distribute the 3. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times 1 is 3. Now we're going to combine like terms. We have 2x squared. We have negative 12x and positive 6x. That will be negative 6x. And then 10 plus 3 is 13. All right, so that is your answer for that problem. And then your domain is going to be, again, all real numbers. All right, let's look at C. We're going to take negative 2 and we're going to distribute it to G of x. G of x is 2x plus 1. And we're going to multiply that times f of x. And f of x is x squared minus 6x plus 5. The first thing we have to do is distribute the negative 2. So negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. And negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Put all that in parentheses and just bring down your f of x, which is x squared minus 6x plus 5. When you are multiplying, you have to keep it in parentheses until you distribute. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to distribute. We're going to do negative 4x times x squared, and that's negative 4x cubed. Then we're going to do negative 4x times negative 6. A negative times a negative makes that a positive, 24x squared. And then negative 4x times 5. Negative times positive is a negative, so negative 20x. All right, I'm going to try to erase those lines. Sometimes I can erase it and not erase everything else, and sometimes I can't. All right. I'm going to fix this real quick so you can still read it. All right, so now we're going to distribute the negative 2. So negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 6x is a positive 12x. And then negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. All right, so now we're going to combine like terms. Negative 4x cubed. We're looking for x squares. We have 24x squared minus 2x squared. So that's going to be 22x squared. And then I have a negative 20x and a positive 12x. So that's going to be negative 8x. And then I have just a negative 10. All right, so that is your answer for this one. The domain is going to be all real numbers because this was just a multiplication problem. Remember, it's going to be different when we do a division problem. I'm going to give you a minute, make sure you have that written down. All right, let's move to D. This is division. This means our domain will be different. All right, so we're going to do 3 times g of x, and g of x is 2x plus 1, over f of x, which is x squared minus 6x plus 5. Anytime you're dividing, you're going to want to always, always, always factor. So the numerator is 3 times 2x plus 1, and the denominator is x and x. You have to think of two numbers that when multiplied will give you 5, but when combined give you a negative 6. So it's going to be negative 5 and negative 1. Now, if you see here, there's nothing that can be canceled. That's your answer. Now, domain. What is your domain? Your domain is all real numbers, except, and if you remember what we did earlier, what you have to do now is you're going to take your denominator, x minus 5 and x minus 1, and you're going to say it cannot be equal to 0. So when you add 1 to both sides, x cannot be 1, and the same thing with x minus 5. You say it cannot be 0, and when you add 5 to both sides, x cannot be 5. So for the domain, it says all real numbers except 1 and 5. All right, now go ahead and get ready to do your homework for this section. So this was really 2 videos for day 1 of 6-6. So your homework for this section is going to be in your textbook, page 402 to 403, 9 through 14, 47, 49, 55, and 57. So I'm going to write that up at the top of this screen in case you didn't get it. I'm going to put homework, his textbook, page 402 to 403, 9 through 14, 47, 49, 55, and 57. You want to go ahead and do that and show all your work, and then when you download it, you need to download it as either a Microsoft Word document or a PDF because the picture images are really hard to read. Also, make sure that when you do this homework, if you do it in pen, it's more easily for me to be able to read it than if you do it in pencil and download it. So it will make it a lot darker. So if you have any questions, I will be uploading my Google number to the webpage, and you can feel free to either remind me, which will be the best way first, and then if it's necessary, you may call me using that number. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for being flexible. See you later.